Hi everyone, and welcome to another video in anticipation of September the 2nd, which is International Actuaries Day. And today I am joined by Jeff, who is an international actuary. I was just noting that he is a member of CAS as well as an associate of the IFOA. So Jeff, thanks so much for your time today. And do you want to tell us a little bit about your participation in as a volunteer for both CAS and the IFOA?
Sure. Thanks, Roseanne. In terms of volunteering for the CAS, or on the international platform, what people often refer to as the CAS, the Casualty Actuarial Society, I was a member of the Executive Council up until about 4 years ago. I was considered the Vice President International, and that was after about 20 years of volunteering on exam committees and international issues committees and international membership committees, of which I'm still currently an active committee member. I actually moved to Germany in the 90s before I got my credentials, which really was the start of my international journey. I then returned to the United States in 2001, was there for about 4 years before I had the opportunity to return to Germany. So you can tell that the first taste of Germany that I received was very, very positive, so much that I wanted to return. In terms of volunteering for the IFOA, as a member of the Executive Council of the CAS, I was asked to sit on the General Insurance Board of the IFOA, which is a deliberative body specifically for the general insurance actuaries, or in US parlance, casualty actuaries or property casualty actuaries in the IFOA, as a liaison to the CAS, because we work together, the CAS and the IFOA work together for decades now on a number of issues, not only in terms of research, but also in terms of providing quality continual professional development, as well as other issues in supporting our memberships, because both the CAS and the IFOA have members that are residing in different countries around the world.
Well, you certainly are an international actuary then, and in the general insurance space, how have you found the last 2 years in terms of the difficult times that we've gone through globally? And how in particular has the actuarial activities been affected from a general insurance perspective?
Mm-hmm. The last 2 years have been very interesting. I have the pleasure of working in the consulting space. And so for us consultants, I think there's been the benefit, if not the advantage, that things have gone digital. Consultants quite often are supporting a number of clients in a number of locations. And prior to the last 2 years, this meant that we had to bounce around to different locations in addition to completing the work that our clients allowed us to do. For the last 2 years, we've been pretty much stuck in one place behind a monitor, leveraging new and exciting technology, including Zoom and Teams. And this, I think, has allowed us to invest a little bit more time in the solutions that we're providing to our clients. So that's kind of a silver lining on an otherwise difficult period for most people over the past 2 years.
Where do you see the sort of opportunities in that space then for the actuarial profession, and particularly the IAA, to step up and to learn and build from this difficult time, and as you say, the opportunities that have also arisen over this time?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been an interesting period, to say the least. I think that my background is in reserving, and with respect to reserving for property and casualty risks, there is a current and still ongoing unknown, which will be the ramifications of the new economy, or I should say the adjusted society that's existed for the past 2 years. We've seen some emergence specifically in motor insurance, where some major UK motor insurers actually gave rebates to their clients because of the reduced traffic and the reduced driving that occurred in those markets, which is quite interesting. But there's a number of other lines of business, commercial lines in particular, that I'm involved in that are very, very long-tailed. And the only thing that we know for certain is that certain elements of the process in between when a claim happens and when a claim closes that have been delayed. And that has to do with the dockets on various courts being limited based on the inability of people to be there in person, various delays based on either the insurance company or various members of the supply chain being delayed in providing the reasonable and necessary information within the reserving process. And so what that means is there's an expectation that there will be the emergence of additional claims in the future that are relevant for the period that is specific to the last 2 years, but hasn't quite gone through all of the process steps so that they find their way into the various insurance company databases. At the same time, there's likely some reduced claim frequency that companies will benefit from because of the reduced economic activity. And it's hard to discern how much of one influence will either be greater or less than the other. So we're in a situation where we're running with current reserves with some optimism that things might be better based on reduced claim frequency, and some pessimism that there might be a lot more to come simply because not enough information in that process stream has been achieved for those claims to manifest within the insurance company's data.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. That's a great perspective. And it's so interesting how we're having to learn as we go. And I think also the importance then of sharing across the forums that we have, for example, in the IAA, is all the more important in terms of sharing those experiences. So thanks so much for being part of this these set of videos today to share your experiences, and look forward to Happy Actuaries Day on September the 2nd. Thanks, everyone.
Happy International Actuaries Day.